Boom shakalaka, how much will 10 Litecoin be worth in 2025? And more importantly, how many LTC do you need to be a millionaire? Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, we're taking a look at how much 10 Litecoin will be worth in 2025. And more importantly, how many LTC you need to be a millionaire. Before we get into it, guys, like the video, join us on Twitter at Crypto Love, and of course, subscribe to the OG Bitcoin and Crypto YouTube channel, making daily videos since 2017 and interviewing Charlie Lee of Litecoin fame back in 2018. We'll post the video right up there somewhere. Now, it appears like now is the time to consider looking at Litecoin. Not financial advice, clearly you do you, but the last time Litecoin broke its downtrend and found support on top of there was right around November of 2020. Once again, Litecoin has done that. And not only that, has just recently broken this 200-week moving average, which the last time it did that, price spiked. Now, I'm no wizard when it comes to trading or anything like that, but had you have bought back then at $46 back in October and then sold a few months later, 8 months, something like that, 8 months later in May of 2021, you would have 9x'd your investment. That means that, if you had $111,000 back then, pat yourself on the back. But had you have plopped that into Litecoin at the moment we're at right now in Litecoin's chart, you would have bought 2,415 Litecoin 8 months later. You could have sold those for a sweet $1 million. Why didn't you do that, aside from not having the $111,000 to begin with? Well, does it look better today? Is there a greater chance for making a lot of money with Litecoin? What particularly will Litecoin be worth in 2025? We're going to take a look at all of those scenarios. Now, why making the video today? I already gave you a little hint with this chart here, but right now, if we take a look at Bitcoin, it is testing the channel median for the trend it's been in for a long time. And the last time it broke this channel median, we had alt season. So you would think if it breaks it again, we might have alt season. There are also a lot of charts that are particularly bullish for altcoins, like Bitcoin dominance breaking out of this rising wedge, like these giant cup and handles on Total 2, Total 3, and other market cap, like this SRI indicator about to flip bullish that indicated the beginning of the last alt season, like the giant golden cross that just occurred of the 100 and 150 SMA for altcoins that signaled the beginning of the last alt season, like the 2-week super trend flipping bullish for the first time since 2021. All of these signals suggesting we are about to have alt season taking off, going crazy. And there's a possibility we could have a giant fractal here. What was small before, what took only one cycle to build before, now it appears like potentially it took 2 complete cycles to build. You can clearly see the comparisons right there. So it would follow ipso facto that if this took 1, and that's how big it is, then if this takes 2, it should be twice that size, right? Well, there's quite the possibility for that. And if we take a look at the Litecoin chart right now, you can see there's also a little fractal down here with Litecoin, much larger fractal right here, and look at what happened after that small fractal. So after this one, potentially could have huge gains coming for Litecoin. Not only that, but we've been talking about this since 2019. Willy Woo published this article about oscillators and degenerators. He cited a few oscillators, ones that we were talking about a long time ago, like Dogecoin before it pumped last cycle, also stellar lumens, and also Litecoin, one of the oscillators right here, things that go up and down versus Bitcoin every cycle. Now, as of yet, Litecoin really hasn't moved. As a matter of fact, it's very close to its bottom trend line right now. But as I was mentioning, it has broken the downtrend like it did previously. It found support above there. It broke through the 200-week moving average. And not only that, you can probably see this giant green inverse head and shoulders right here, that when you measure the size of the head, well, guess what? That puts Litecoin price right around $400 per Litecoin, which is coincidentally previous all-time highs for Litecoin. Coincidentally would make a very nice double bottom right there, breaking that confirmation point, which potentially could shoot the price off much higher. So all of those reasons are probably reasons we're making this video today. Now today, Litecoin is number 22 on CoinMarketCap. It's trading at $117, has an $8.8 billion market cap, and you can see the chart right here. But let's take a look at the interesting stuff, the numbers, how to become a Litecoin millionaire, because why the heck not? And I should just say that, so far, the alt season is beginning. The market is starting to take off. But as of yet, no one's talking about Litecoin. It seems like either Litecoin is dead or this is going to be a crazy sleeper, because Litecoin is one of the first coins that usually takes off in alt season. And as of yet, crickets. We may be seeing some big moves pretty soon. So let's say today you watch this video, you're convinced. You said that Randall guy, he presented the evidence clearly, made a nice rational argument for it. I'm going to use my big brain. And I have $1,000 burning a hole in my pocket that I just want to plop somewhere, and Litecoin seems to be the coin for me. Well, if that is you, lucky for you, with $1,000, you can almost buy 10 Litecoin. It would actually be $1,170. You'll be able to buy more like 8 point something Litecoin with 1,000, but we're just going to say, for the sake of rounding numbers, you can buy 10 Litecoin for a little over $1,000. Now, if you bought that today, it will cost you $1,170. And guess what? Litecoin actually isn't even its highest market cap. If we take a look at the market cap was much higher back in 2021. Like I said, it seems like so far crickets for Litecoin. And if this takes off again, if Litecoin just makes it back to its previous market cap, which would be like the boringest alt season ever, like yawn worthy, don't even think about it. Well, that would 2.6x that $1,000, making you $3,053 with a $305 Litecoin. And that one is almost guaranteed to happen. I would actually, bet that would happen. If somebody said that's not going to happen, I would probably bet against you. Unless, of course, I've just missed everything and Litecoin actually is dead. So that would be pretty much a given for this cycle. Now, next scenario. We take a look at some other big coins, like we were mentioning, other oscillators, like this one right here, Dogecoin in green. Let's say that Litecoin this cycle did as well as Dogecoin did last cycle, market cap of $89 billion. That would not be unreasonable to see happen. Now, Dogecoin did gain some popularity with Elon Musk last cycle, but we are talking about expanding cycles theory right here. So a lot of things we saw last cycle will be much larger this cycle. Now, if Litecoin did reach that, guess what? You would 10x that $1,000, making you $11,816 with a $1,181 Litecoin. And again, this one, I would say pretty reasonable. Most likely will happen or get pretty darn close to there. Which brings us to a couple scenarios that may be a little bit less likely, but hey, all the more fun because we're all degenerate gamblers here, aren't we? So, next scenario. This one kind of rests heavily on this expanding cycles theory. Like I said, what took one cycle here took 2 cycles to complete here, which means that the gains would be twice as large. Now, last cycle, Ethereum had a market cap of $559 billion. I think we'll see a number of altcoins with a market cap roughly what Ethereum had last cycle. I don't think that's unreasonable. Now, if one of those is Litecoin, guess what? You would 63x at $1,000, making you $74,220 with a $7,422 Litecoin. Holy freaking cow. And now things are just getting started into the potentially long shot unreasonable zone, because as of yet, we don't have any $1 trillion market cap altcoins. Ethereum getting close, it's $500 billion, but not yet $1 trillion market cap altcoin. Now, some people, I hear you saying it's not possible, it's never going to happen, can't have $1 trillion market cap altcoin. But that's the same thing they said about the 4-minute mile, and then one dude broke it in the same year, 20 other people broke it. So I have a feeling once one coin breaks $1 trillion market cap other than Bitcoin, well, probably a lot of other altcoins will break right alongside with it, because there's no rationality in cryptocurrency, clearly. So if one of those coins was Litecoin, well, guess what? You would 113x your $1,000, making you $132,000 with a $13,000 Litecoin. Holy cow, right? Which brings us to our last scenario. I would bet against this one happening, but we have to put it there because anything can happen in cryptocurrency. And, who freaking knows? Taking a look at expanding cycle theory, things like this, taking a look at this expanding cycles, I mean, look at what Litecoin did back here. It went from $3 to almost $400 back then, the last time this small fractal played out. So the same thing would put it into clearly the thousands of dollars, if not higher. Not only this sweet bull flag right there. So all of those things combined. Last scenario, people speculate. Now, speculation could be completely wrong, usually is. But people speculate we're going to have a $10 trillion market cap for all cryptocurrencies this cycle. Could be higher, could be lower, could be spot on. We'll find out afterwards. Once prices start dropping and everybody cries the sky is falling, and then everybody panic sells and everything goes to zero. That's when we'll know how high it went. But until then, we can only speculate. And opinions are like buttholes. Everybody has one, and they usually stink. But let's continue with this episode. So, let's say $10 trillion market cap. We can look back historically and know for a fact that the highest altcoin dominance ever was Ethereum with a 32% altcoin dominance. So if we take 32% of $10 trillion, that's $3.2 trillion. So in order for this to happen, not only would we have to have a $10 trillion market cap, but Litecoin would have to be the predominant altcoin. And well, if that happened, you know, stranger things have happened, but if that happened, you would have 363x your $1,000, making you $424,875, almost $500,000 with a $42,500 Litecoin. In that scenario, if that happened, guess what? $2,754 of Litecoin today would make you a millionaire, buying you roughly 23 Litecoin. Holy freaking cow. That would be awesome. Now, if you do think that was awesome, we have a whole playlist of videos just like this. As a matter of fact, check out the XRP, the first one on that playlist. First price prediction for XRP, spot freaking on. So right up there, check out that playlist. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Love you. Peace.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.
From now on, if you don't own Bitcoin, you're a moron.